Hi, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what it's like to have worked with Vernon Howard and now working with a Peruvian shaman. It's almost like Vernon Howard gave me the intellectual teachings over a period of many, many years. I listened to so many hours of Vernon via my Walkman, and I wrote notes and I studied, and mainly I was studying how I could not live up to what the teachings ask of me. The ego is really worthless, and it is to our great advantage to surrender, but the ego doesn't want to surrender, and the harder you work to dismantle it, the more force it gathers to fight you. And you've heard that saying, a house divided against itself cannot stand. Well, that's the ego, divided against itself, and it can't stand. So I have to say that by the time that Vernon Howard died in 1992, I had made little progress. I've made a little bit, but I was still stuck in my ego. And then when my husband was diagnosed with cancer, I was not able to practice the teachings. I was so overcome with grief, so exhausted emotionally, that those teachings did me no good. After Bob died, and it's been over 13 years now, I have continued to study and will always be grateful for the foundation that Vernon Howard gave me. But for the last few years, I have seen a Peruvian shaman a couple of times a year, and he is all heart. So now I have the teaching of the intellect and the heart, and they're interwoven. They're interwoven. And I think that's a beautiful place to be, because Vernon's secretary told me that after Vernon died, that love would be the second teaching. And Don Teo has brought me into the fullness of that love, which overrides the judgmental, divisional nature of the intellect. So I'm neither fish nor fowl, you might say. I'm teetering on the brink. I'm able to bring Vernon's energy through me and out to you. But there's also a great love that Teo blesses me with that's infinite, and it's indescribable, and it is not intellectual. Some of you can feel it. Others dismiss it as hokum. I don't know. I just know that when Teo laid hands on me, he lifted a huge amount of my grief in 1 hour. And since then, I see him twice a year, and it's pure joy. And we are on equal footing. We are friends. And when I ask him if he is my teacher, he just nods, but he's not teaching from the mental level, you see, so it's not graspable. He's not graspable. He's like a good laugh, a good healing laugh. He's like music you listen to, but he's not intellectual. And I hope that when you listen to my recordings, you're getting a little hint of both sides of what has made me who I am today. Namaste.